Hello viewer, I am Satan216, and if you are watching this video, I'm gonna assume it's because you've already beaten Little Nightmares, and were somewhat confused about some of the events that transpired during the game. If not, beware of spoilers. In this video, I'm gonna talk about the chain, if you will, and give you a bit of background, starting with the main character. You play as this little girl by the name of Six. I don't know why she wears a bright yellow raincoat, or where she got this lighter, but she's one of a kind, let's say. Except there are other children like her that you find throughout this first level you start in called the prison. But more on that later. You see some really weird shit in this game, starting with this guy. About 3 rooms from the very start, you come across this big guy who hung himself. He's got really long legs, as you can see, but the rest of his body, from what you can see, looks somewhat normal by comparison. Don't know why he killed himself, maybe because his bed was too small, but we'll never know, because we can't read the note on the floor. Another thing is at the beginning of the second level, you encounter this room that reveals to you certain camera angles from future and past levels. The only abnormality of it, though, is that the last 2 pictures it shows you, because that's the chef's room, but these 2 right here are both in the final moments of the last level. And I don't know what the purpose of them being there in the first place was, if not just to give you a little bit of insight. But it doesn't really matter, not why we're here. Right, so these are the other children, well, let's say. The ones that are actually cared for, and not like the ones that are more similar to your character are stuffed into cages, and then wrapped up and, eaten, but we'll get to that in a second. But these children are slightly bigger than you, a little bit more full, let's say, and we have no idea what their actual purpose is, because you don't see really any other grown-ups besides the main villains. One of them is this guy, the janitor, as he is referred to. He captures all the children in the prison or basement of this fortress called the Maw, and he wraps them up and puts them on a little hook. And then you have to follow that hook, which, as you know if you've beaten the game, leads to the next level. But he is the one that sends the food, let's say, to the chefs. But it does beg the question, are they all stowaways? How did the children get on this fortress? Were they captured and held against their will? We'll never know. What we do know is that they're sent to the chefs and cooked, except for their shoes, which apparently all end up here, with the big-ass monster that you never see that makes this room so scary. The children that do try and escape apparently get caught by this little eye camera and turn to stone. Don't know how, but that's the way it works. And if you don't believe me that the chefs actually do cook and kill the children, well, here's some proof. But apparently it's too violent for this game to actually show it. But in the end, the children that are killed and cooked are then fed to these really fat guys and women who move really fast for someone of their speed, or of their size, sorry. But, yeah. That fat one falls. My theory on this is that the children are more tasty than the regular food they are served, and the rest is just appetizers. Speaking of food, she has to eat too. And at first, you think, oh, it's just a child begging for scraps. And then this happens. Yeah, you thought she was going to eat the sausage, didn't you? No. She eats the little gnome things that you might have befriended throughout your playthrough. It's too bad. Dark stuff, really. And you think, oh, that'll be as bad as that gets, I don't know why. But then when you beat the final boss, the same thing happens. And you go from begging orphan to, okay, that's kind of creepy, to full-on cannibal. And there are a couple reasons for this. I'm wondering if maybe the reason that the children are all fed to these other guests is that maybe the children are the problem. Because once Six eats that lady, she gains the mystic power to suck out the life force of everyone she goes by. While this creepy and yet somehow awesome song also plays in the background. So the ending was pretty cool. I won't say it wasn't. But yeah, so it kind of makes you wonder. What started out as a simple game where you were given a character and a setting and told to escape turns into, is this Six child good or evil? And are they all numbered? What is the deal with that? Well, we'll never know because there's probably no chance this game will get a sequel or anything. But I enjoyed it, and I want to know your guys' thoughts on this too. If you happen to find this video, which is a pretty low chance, let me know in the comments what you think happened. Am I dead wrong? Do I have some good points? What's going on? Overall, though, I did like the game very much. It reminded me of Inside a little bit, and it was good to play. Yeah. Alright, thanks for watching, though. Have a good one.